All right, back live now. No, back live now, I think. As we go qualifying for in the Group B category. Sam Gray and Mike Allen have just pulled the pin on that run and making their way back to the trailer, so that'll be a DNF. Hey ladies and gentlemen up there on the hill, I hope you're having a good day so far. We have yet to see these guys really push the limits in these incredibly powerful vessels. These boats in the unlimited category have more power than a Bugatti Veyron. They have more power off the line than a Formula One race car. They go from 0 to 130 kilometres an hour in under 1.8 seconds. We are now into qualifying for the Group B category. It is Sam Tweedy and Darcy Redstone in the Dilemma machine out on track. An eagle hull. Oh, very nice line through the speed bowl at the bottom end of the track. Oh, yeah, that's looking a little bit ugly out of the hairpin there. That boat just bouncing around like Skippy the kangaroo. I really just need to work that one out, get the boat settled. The water fairly choppy. These pressure waves really just pushing up and down the course. Of course, the pressure waves resulting in the wake produced via these boats as they make their way around Sam Tweedy there with a 58.529, 58.529. All right, so we've got some on the live chat on the Ctas live stream. We've got a few people getting up. Kyle Patrick from the United States, so that's good to see. And if you want to send us a message, we might see it, we might not, but great to see everybody out there in the world just checking out what's going on as Chris Rasmussen, the real estate agent, and Holly Sutherland from Professionals Real Estate, New Plymouth, out on course at the moment. Or sort of turned at that sweeping arc of the speed bowl into a little bit of a hexagon around there, did Chris. Not something that we're used to seeing from this young man. This is qualifying for in the Group B category. Oh, the big back off into that right-hander, just trying to find that channel, just trying to work it right out. So Chris now pushing for the line. Oh, really big steering wheel movement there, 54.886. Really hard on the wheel to get that boat lined up down that central channel and heading for that finish loop. You see the two white poles in the centre of the track there. That is where we pick up our electronic timing. We now go Liquid Addiction Racing with Tim and Debbie Edhouse. From Ofonga. Big shout out to Fancy, who'll be watching on the live stream, and indeed Blake Hughes. As we bring some coffee to commentary, this is going to taste beautiful. Tim and Debbie Headhouse in Liquid Addiction across the line, 52.2. 7-6, straight to the top. Next out will be the fastest man in the Group B category so far today. KB Engineering, the Beaver Reliever. Carl Beaver at the helm. So Carl Beaver, Jay Ainham doing the navigational duties here. This boat looking very, very quick indeed. Carl just all over it, the engineer from the Waikato region. Looking good out there at the moment, carrying the boat speed into the hairpin. Nicely done. So Carl Beaver now in the latter part of this run, heading for the line. The Fitter and Turner across the line with a 51.851 straight to the top of the table. So they'll be happy with that run. Schuler Concreting coming up next. G'day to the White Lady out there watching in the US of A. So it is Bevan Schuler. I do believe that there was a baby born in the Schuler household only last week, so big congratulations there, Schuler Concreting. So if you want to get hard on concreting, go to Schuler. Grant Gibson doing the navigational duties here today. He's the Lower North Island manager for ADM. So Transport Diesel Services on board here, as well as the sign group from Eltham in the Naki. Here's Bevan Schuler. Oh, the big back off. But you are not going to win the race in a qualifying four. So Bevan Schuler into the sport for a couple of years now. For Bevan Schuler, 56.002, well down the list. Hayden Wilson now in white noise. Jason Keefe watching over there as well in the US of A. Big shout out to Rachel Swartz and Maddie from the West Coast Jetsprint Club girls. Hope on behalf of all of the competitors and all of the rescue crew and indeed everybody in New Zealand, we wish the pair of you a very speedy recovery after a fiery incident there just a few weeks ago in Baldivis, just south of Perth. So just remember the Jetsprint community certainly wishing you girls all the very best, and indeed your friends and family, because certainly a very worrying time for them as well. And well, you've got the support not just of close friends and family, but also of the Jetsprint community worldwide, ladies. So we wish you the very best and the speediest of recoveries, and look forward to seeing you out on the track soon, as Hayden Wilson and Greeksy make their way to the finish for a 53.283. So at the moment, the Beaver Reliever leading the charge with a 51.8. Tim Edhouse with a 52.2, so only 0.4 difference there. Hayden Wilson, Chris Rasmussen, Bevan Schuler as Kelly Manel and Cherie Patterson in the Girl Talk machine make their way off the trailer. Yeah, I couldn't quite see it. It changed a bit. Wow, the wind really still very, very constant here at Meremere. Here, one of the boats just down on the ramp, going quite hard at the moment, just trying to cast my eye down to see who that is. Kelly Manel. Oh, not too bad through the hairpin there for Kels. Cherie Patterson, the secretary for the New Zealand Jet Sprint Association and for the bowling club out of Wanganui, has got plenty going on, as well as being the navigator for the Girl Talk machine. So it is Kelly Manel, the teacher from the Naki, across the line. 55.806, Kelly Manel into P5. Hopefully that she can get the boogie on as the day wears on. She wears the New Zealand number 3, third in New Zealand in the Group A last year. It will be now Daniel Buttercup Reid and Jasmine Webster. Buttercup with the DNF during Q3. We are now in qualifying round number 4 for the Group B category. This boat called Third Time Lucky. So Buttercup just hoping that this season will bring him the results he's been working very, very hard for. Was 2 in New Zealand last year. Wants to step to the top of that podium. Great to see the Repco and APCO on board supporting our rescue crew as well as PSP. But it is Daniel Buttercup Reid and Jasmine Webster out on track at the moment. This is looking like a better run for the pairing from the Naki. Egmont Industrial Supplies, the sponsors on board here. Buttercup now in the run for home. This is looking much, much better. So Daniel Reid with a 53.941 and finds himself into P4, well behind the times of the likes of Carl Beaver in the Beaver Reliever. Yeah. So I've just pushed a button here on the laptop, and all the screens that I've got have gone. So we could just get Jacob just to make his way back up here again, mate. The minute that our sound tech has taken off, we've got a bit of a problem. The full behind the microphone hit a button, and I can't see what I'm doing now, mate. Sorry to do that to you.
Yeah, that's all right. Come on.
All right, great to see our sound technicians on the radio and certainly available. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget the vendors up the top there. We've got we're coming into a lunch break. We will let you know that will be the opportunity to get into the pit and paddock area and have a look up close and personal to these race teams. There'll be posters for the kids and a few other bits and pieces around. So, we will let you know when you can do that. There's definitely no smoking in the pits and no alcohol allowed in the pits as well. That winds out, by the looks of it, our 4th qualifying run. We still have one more. The boys from Carterton just trying to see if they can get their B run sorted out with Bryce Barron and Caleb Barron. They are now under the stopwatch. They've got a certain amount of time from which they can actually get the boat onto the race course after the previous boat has finished their lap. So We'll just take a short break. We'll be back in a minute with racing.
Timing here, yeah, we've got to stop
It's just that 1 minute's gone. That's it.
I was just having a little bit of a wobble. I'm not sure.
He does it well.
You made me own stupid. Hey, Shrek, are you going to pop up here soon? All right. What's what happened with this? Well, I'm still used to running around. Blank, just like Matt Manel's brain.
Just when I shoot.
Bryce and Caleb Barron, the farmers from Carterton. Well, that's a fairly early exit for their qualifying round number 4 run. That winds out the Group B for Q4. We are now going to go and reset the clocks and get ready to qualify for the Group A category.